Oh, good morning. Another, going to be probably a warm day by the feel of it this morning. You know, many of you talk about getting on really well with the family of your chosen Filipina. But of course, that's not always the case. Many of you who meet the family for the first time will discover that, of course, you're at the start, flavor of the month. You're the curiosity, the one that they may be showing some kind of interest in you, but they're really basically going along with the preconception that you're going to be the one that's going to get them out of the pub, especially if they're in the province. Not all, not of course, not all, but many of you will find that. And you have to ask, the reason that I say that, I ask the question, I pose the question is, how much do the family really know about the relationship that you have with your Filipina? How much do they really care? Are they kept informed as to the status of the relationship, the marriage? I doubt it very much. Because the idea of sharing and caring is not really part of the overall involvement with the family. I mean, in the West, of course, you will have mother-in-laws, sisters, brothers, who will say, "How's things, sis? How's things, mate?" And you might divulge everything's fine, or you might say, "Oh, bit of a rocky time at the moment, mate. She's always doing this, or he's always doing that." And there's a certain amount of indication as to how the relationship is forming or how it's progressing. But most of the time, of course, we all stick to the immediate relationship rather than the family unity. And of course, remember that blood is thicker than water. But with people here in the Philippines, many families only get together at weddings, funerals, christenings, and really don't see much of each other. So the only kind of communication is if you have a close bond with your sister or your brother, that you will see them spending time talking about probably all and sundry, with one that they maybe feel comfortable telling. But the majority, I think, and I would like to suggest that they might say, "Oh, yes, I tell them everything." Really? I doubt it very much. I'm sure that when they return occasionally to the house as a family group, they wouldn't necessarily be top of the conversation about how are you going with old Whitey or something like that, to that effect, or the white monkey, as often we are described by some less desirable women. And this is the whole point. Remember, you're on the outside, and you will always be on the outside. Trying to rationalize, for instance, a dispute within the family when you're involved is going to be extremely difficult because, first of all, the language. You're going to have, it's like trying to have an argument with somebody who speaks another language. You can discuss the issue with your partner who has a basic understanding of English. But when it comes to telling the truth, embellishing the truth, maybe making the other person seem maybe in the right and you in the wrong, you can pretty well guarantee that the real truth doesn't come out in terms of being within the family. They will gaslight you. They will rubbish you because they're trying to elevate their own image when they're, in fact, maybe in the wrong. This is the reason why so many relationships, when the mother and the father have gone, They've departed this earth, the planet. The family tends to disintegrate to a degree unless there's a strong matriarchal replacement, say to mum and dad, because there isn't the same bonding between siblings as there is between having respect for your mother, father, and grandparents. I see this all the time. The neighbours here are great for observation purposes. There's grandparents there. Grandfather's passed away. I'm thinking of a particular family. Every day I see them, she waddles along. Lovely, lovely old lady. She's the matriarchal of the family. And you know that when she's gone, there's going to be a massive void, as it will be for the other grandmother, who is not that far away, maybe a couple of 100 meters. But it's a joy to see the family unity that's there. And the trouble is that quite often your own family unit, or what you consider your family unit, isn't maybe as gelled together as what you would probably like. And therefore, you have to get this in your head that really you are on your own. You can say she's not treating you right, or he's not treating me right. It could be the other way around, of course. And if she's saying he's not treating me right, and he's doing this and he's doing that, it's easy to gossip. It's easy to make innuendo. But if you don't know it's being made about you, or towards you, or directed towards you, you have no idea what you're trying to defend. So, guys, just accept that people will talk about you, people will gossip about you, and after all, you're something that is different from the normal gossip within a family or a community. You will always be the outsider. So, that's my thought for this morning, and I hope that you have a lovely day. Don't forget to keep giving us a thumbs up, because it brings more of you to the channel. So if you're watching this on the British Expat in the Philippines, or you're watching it on my other channel, Grumpy Brit in the Philippines, you're welcome to come over to both. And we hope that you enjoy the thoughts for the day. Bye now.